Well, good morning. We're live. I am, as I am this morning, threw the hair up and decided that after some of the stuff I've been reading the past couple days, I have a message that I want to put out there because it's a subject that most people don't talk about. So I think that I'm going to just give this a couple of minutes here, see if anybody comes on here live. I did only give a few minutes notice that I was going to go live, and this will be available to, anybody who wants to see it afterwards, but I urge you to share this once it gets done. So, what I'm doing here, let me see how all this was. I guess, okay. Well, I'm learning. I don't know how to use this Facebook Live thing, but anyway, I know it says live on there. I want to bring up a subject that people don't like to talk about, and that's, okay, here goes, anxiety and depression. I'm not trying to be a downer here because you guys know me, I'm a happy camper most of the time. I like being happy, so I project that I love people, I love doing things, I love cooking, I love being creative, I love being in Italy. I focus on the things that I love. So when it comes to this time of year, it's winter time, it's cold, it's gloomy. We had a nice day or two, and I just went out and stood on my back porch and I was like, oh, soak up the sun. And today is a gloomy, overcast, cloudy, rainy day, and it's the kind of day that makes you feel down unless you have nothing else to do but curl up on the couch with a movie and then just enjoy the soft covers and be cozy warm, preferably with somebody. Then it's not conducive to good moods. So I want everybody who knows me, who's seen me in person, who's seen me here on these videos, who just knows me from around town or wherever else town I'm in or whatever, who knows me as a happy, cheerful, huggy person. I've been there too. I'm going to admit to the world here that, some years ago, I fell into a massive depression. Things weren't going good in my life. I was very situational but it can happen to even the best of us, and the worst of us, and whatever mode we are in the moment. What I want you to know, that if you're in that place, and this is part of why I teach people how to cook, because when we cook, we come together as people. When we come together, we tend to be less lonely. Loneliness for me is my kryptonite. So if I'm lonely, sometimes I put it on Facebook, who wants to get together for a coffee? Who wants to come over for lunch? I don't care. If you're on my Facebook, you're one of my friends. So I'm like, come on over. And that makes me happy, and it gets me out of a mood or a funk or whatever. So what I want to tell you is that you're not alone. If you're one of these people who has a moment or a long stretch, you're not alone. And somebody's saying hello to me. Good morning, Becky Sue. Thank you. So what I'm trying to tell you here, people, is don't let it debilitate you. It is such a poison in our society right now. So, if I can do it, you can do it. Look, get these cool t-shirts. Have you noticed these past few days, I've got these awesome t-shirts. Well, this one is the actually I can. Okay. I know I can do anything I want to do. I don't need some, sign or saying or go and demand it from somebody. I just do what I do. I'm proud of what I do, and the only person that can make me proud of what I do is me. So, like I said, you're not by yourself. And I'm going to tell you a funny story. So this is especially for those of us Italians who you'll laugh when, I feel like, I used to tell my kids marry an Italian, and they're like, why? And I'm like, yeah, don't worry. And then one of my kids said at one point, I said, make sure you marry a nice Italian girl. And he said, how am I going to know she's Italian? He was like in first grade. I was like, oh, don't worry, you'll know. But then one of my friends got mad at me for saying that. And what if they come home with somebody who's not Italian? I'm like, it is what it is. The thing is, it's like, we understand. Italians understand Italian crazy. So I'm going to tell you about my Italian crazy here in a minute. The year that I was going through some kind of hell here in my life, I went to the doctor, and I told him one day, I said, I said, all us Italians are crazy. And he looked at me kind of funny because I really do think he thought I was crazy. And he goes, yeah? And I said, yeah. I said, I have a theory. He goes, oh, yeah, tell me this theory. And he wanted to know. He said, my wife's Italian. This was my nice Jewish doctor. So anyway, I said, it is a known fact that creative and crazy go hand in hand. He goes, yes, that's true. He goes, we don't really know how the brain works that way, but it's true. I said, okay. I said, where's all the most beautiful art and architecture and food in the world? And I said, it's in Italy. I said, we are the crazy people that create all the beauty in the world. Of course, he started laughing. But in the meantime, think about this. Where is the lifestyle that's craved all over the world? The lifestyle craved all over the world is in Italy. And it is this calm, mellow lifestyle. Well, one of the things I've learned, because I spend so much time there as well as here in New Jersey, or even down in the DC area where the rest of my family's from, the Italians over there aren't as crazy as the Italians over here. That lifestyle has evolved into that calm, chill lifestyle so that people don't go totally crazy. So here, I don't think we're programmed to live this speed of life. And I really think that if we focus on slowing our lives down, having dinner at the table, whether it's with your family or with your friends or whoever it might be, then it makes a huge, huge difference in your psyche and how you feel. And on winter days, like gloomy, rainy, crappy days like today, you just want to go crawl back into bed and just, yuck. But at the same time, you can find something else to do to make you happy. Slow the life down. Invite somebody over for coffee. Take my 2-week rule. My 2-week rule is every time you run into somebody that you haven't seen in a while and you say, we got to get together. And then you both walk away and you don't hear from each other again until you bump into each other again by accident. So I have a 2-week rule. When I see somebody that I haven't seen in a while, or if I meet somebody new that I really connect with, my rule is within that first week, we're making a phone call. I'm going to call them or text them or email them and make plans that within 2 weeks we're getting together. And you know what? 99% of the time, I follow through with that now, and it works, and it helps, and it's so much fun. And my phone's crooked. Let's see here. So I really think that, you can do it. You can be you. You can be happy. It happens when you make a hardline decision. And then if not, just call me. I'll cheer you up somehow, or I'll tell you something stupid to make you laugh. But, life is precious. I've seen it happen. Depression is horrible. So make a nice dinner tonight because, when I'm feeling down and I start creating in the kitchen and then I put a dinner on the table for my family and they're all sitting there going, oh, this is so good, Mom, thanks. Or hun, this is great, or whatever, it's one more little boost to my psyche that makes me happy. So please, don't be afraid to talk about this subject around your table, with your family, with a friend, one person over coffee, whatever it is, because so many of us go through this. So many of us have been through it, not just me. So let's see. Let me say hello to some people. Carter. Hi, Carter. Good morning to you. Hi, Joe. Oh, you're watching from England. Are you in England right now? Or somewhere else? No, you're in England. It was your brother that was traveling. Hi, Mary. And Gia, wow, this is cool. And Tanny, good morning. I'm glad you guys are watching. Hi, Tracy. Because this, I think, is a really important subject. And even though 99% of what I talk about is food in the kitchen, this is something that we talk about at the table. So, I'm going to talk about things that are, unconventional for a kitchen show, but the kitchen is where life takes place. Kitchen table, dining room table, this is where we do everything important in life. This is where we, celebrate. It's where we mourn. It's where we complain. It's where we write the bills. It's where we make important decisions in life at the table. And it's also going to be where we talk about subjects that are uncomfortable, because I'm fine with talking about subjects that are uncomfortable. I'll talk about anything. I don't like talking about sleazy stuff, so keep that out of the way. But, you know, I'll tell you about my stash of whiskey I keep under the counter, because I find that one shot of whiskey, and I know some people are going to totally condemn me for this, but I don't care. I don't like taking meds, and I've had anxiety. Believe me, I've had anxiety to the point where you just can't imagine. And over the years, I've learned that a single half shot to one shot of whiskey goes down and soothes me like you wouldn't believe. I don't really like to drink. Ask anybody. Very few people have ever seen me with too many drinks. It's something, I guess, part of my control freakedness, which is also probably part of my anxiety, because they say that's a byproduct of it. But one shot of whiskey, man, because all my anxiety manifests itself in my sternum. So I feel like a knot right here, and I can feel the warmth go down, and it just dissipates, you know, like the kids do, you know. And bloop. Sorry, I'm making myself laugh now. So you got to make yourself laugh, because that makes you happy. But anyway, to me, that's so much better than popping some drug and not knowing if and when it's going to work. Because I know I had some little pills one point in time, and you take it, and then all of a sudden you're feeling okay. I personally like that one single shot. It's not going to do as much as some mystery drug. And now, mind you, don't do it all the time every day. For me, that's like a once a month thing. But unless all 6 kids are here at once, then hi, Enzo. Okay, so one of my kids is on here watching me. So, I think that he knows, he's been there for me and been around when I've been going crazy. But I just want people to know, and we've all in our family been affected by this. Hi, hun. We've all been affected by the effects of anxiety and depression somewhere in our lives, whether it's you yourself, somebody you know and love. So bring them to the table. Hi, Eileen, how are you? Yep, Enzo's agreeing with me. And I've got, a husband that was in the military and 2 sons in the military, and I'm going to go in this direction now too. We have to take care of our boys in the service, because they're coming back, and, that whole, Enzo, what's the numbers? 22 veterans, commit suicide a day. That is a sad and scary thing. That shouldn't be. I don't know if that's the right number. But I know it's something to do with 22. I don't know if it's 22 a day or 22 a year. No, it's more than that. But anyway, we need to, it all comes back to showing love for people and paying attention to the people around you. I'm glad you're doing well, Eileen. I know you moved down to Texas. I hope it's going good down there. At least you're warmer than New Jersey. Anyway, so, really, truly, talk to people. Loneliness is kryptonite. I don't think it's just for me. That is totally my kryptonite. But loneliness and being alone and being lonely are 2 different things. So, please realize if you're lonely as opposed to just being alone. And if that loneliness is killing you, go do something about it. Anxiety is basically just worry on steroids. Hey, Lil. And, I'm not a big preacher of, I don't talk politics, and I don't talk about other, things that are, poisonous to conversation. Hey, Mike. But there is a verse in the Bible that I think crosses all religious lines. And it says, "Therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or drink, or about your body, what you will wear. Is not life more important than food, and the body more important than clothes? Look at the birds in the air. Do they not sow or reap or store away? They do not sow or reap or stow away in barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much more valuable than they? Who of you by worrying," this is my favorite line, "who of you by worrying can add a single hour to your life?" So I don't care if you read the Bible or some other thing or whatever, but that is so true. Who of you by worrying adds a minute to your life? So stressing over things, having anxiety about things. Thanks, Lillian. I appreciate the thanks there. It is so important that we talk about these things. I just feel like that's what the table is for. And where I'm from in Italy, that chill lifestyle, the Roseto Effect. I'm bringing up a topic that I want you to Google. Google the Roseto Effect, because I'm going to be talking about that. Be part of that. It's the longevity and heart health of Roseto, Pennsylvania, which was settled by people from my hometown in Italy. And that lifestyle is what made long lives. And long lives tend to be happy lives. So, well, at least I like to think so. All the old people I know in Italy are really happy, chill people. So I want to be like that. So don't let other people define who you are. Because if you feel crappy about yourself, it's because somebody told you that and you believed it. So don't let it be some voice like my 7th grade math teacher or your parent or some other person that says you're not good enough. Only you. These are all individual decisions that you make about yourself, about how good you are, how worthy you are, and all that, and how loved you are. Love yourself. Who cares about everybody else? I do. I've always cared about everybody else, but I just want to be happy, and I want everybody else to be happy around me. Hey, Kathy. So, please share this message with anybody you know. And if you're feeling really crappy, just message me. Because like I said, I'm always here. Call one of your friends. Find the friend that you know that you can call anytime. Open that conversation and say, will you be my person that I can call anytime? I'll tell you what, I know I can call my son Enzo, who's here watching, anytime. I know I can call Lillian. I know I can call Lillian anytime. I can call any of you, really, but that are my friends. I know that we have this tendency that when we're in mode, that we feel like, oh my God, I've got nobody to call. And yet you have 1,000 people on your Facebook page. Well, if they're really, truly your friends, then they'll listen. So don't sit and whine. Don't do whatever. Just get on it and do it, and know that you are something better than what you're feeling at the moment. So on that, I think anybody have any questions about anything that I've done or been through, then you can ask me now. That's why I have my glasses on, so I can actually read what's here. Oh, thank you, Tanny. That's really nice of you. So we've got somebody here. Make friends with her, because she said she's there for everyone. It's just, I'm so happy to be doing what I'm doing right now. I think sometimes, like when I was in the midst of growing all my kids, watering those feet every day, and you're running around like a crazy person, you feel lost. And sometimes you feel, especially as a mom, oh gosh, you feel like I'm just a mom. Just is not something that goes before mom. Just like only doesn't go before $20 when the kids ask for it. You have to know that, just is not part of your title. So when I was being mom full time, and we all know that now that my kids are big, we all know that never ends, but my daily duties are lighter. So now I'm really doing what I want to do. So if you stick it out, if you're a younger parent and you still got kids at home, then I feel like you can do it. You can just put one foot in front of the other. A funny little thing. I was watching this show on, I want to say it was on Netflix. It's this girl, oh gosh, now I forgot the name of the show. Kimmy something. Anyway, she's like this crazy funny girl, and she goes, you can do anything for 10 seconds. And somebody looked that show up for me, so I know what it is. The unsinkable Kimmy Schmidt. That's what it is, something like that. And she goes, you can do anything for 10 seconds. So even if you're doing something really crappy, like you're on a walk or a run, or you're lifting weights, or it's all positive things, or if you're just trudging through some piece of your life, you can do anything for 10 seconds. So she would just count to 10. And then she goes, and then you start over and you count to 10 and you count to 10, which is kind of funny. But it is really true. You just put one foot in front of the other. And I always, so that line for me, hey, Denise, what was it called? The Christmas show, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Yeah, I know it's probably like, politically incorrect to talk about Santa Claus in February, but anyway, there was the part where he goes and the snow miser or whatever, loses his powers, and he can't walk, he can't move, and all this kind of stuff, and they just start singing that song, put one foot in front of the other. And you know what? I've sung that song my whole life because, it's just like, put one foot in front of the other, just keep going, and you'll get to where you got to go. So I've been putting one foot in front of the other for a long time. And, okay, so Lillian did the kind favor of looking up here on Wikipedia that, the Roseto Effect is the phenomenon by which a close-knit community experiences a reduced rate of heart disease. The effect is named for Roseto, Pennsylvania, which also had no crime, very few applications for public assistance, and so on and so on. So, that's where I come from. So I like to share that. And thanks, Denise. That's one of my favorite songs, too. Hey, Tina. Tina's watching from England. Anyway, so, sorry you came in late. We're talking about a crappy subject, anxiety and depression, but you know what? It's something that needs to be talked about. And, like I said, we Italians know it very well. And believe me, it's not just for Italian people. I know lots of people of every kind of lifestyle who've gone through that crap. And we're not the only creative people in the world. But like I said, if you do find that, you're in that spot, then, please find somebody else, because I guarantee you the person standing next to you right now with a smile on their face, Marco, good to see you. It's that person standing next to you with a smile on their face has got some turmoil going on inside. They've lived through something too. I guarantee you there's not a person you know or person you'll meet that doesn't have a story that it tears them up inside somehow. Something they're sad about, something from their past, something from their current, something that they're, I don't want to say looking forward to, but something that they're seeing or worrying about in their future. And, it's really sad and it's scary, and you don't want to go there because, like I said, we've lived through it in this family. And, my son Leo had a friend, that he was in the Marine Corps, and he went through Marine Corps, boot camp with, and one of his closest guys. And, after, I don't know, they were only in about a year and a half or something. And unfortunately he took his own life, and it tore my son up. That's not what, you want to live through. It's really, really nice. Hey, other son. Hi, Lou. I miss you. So please, people, know that, I know I'm repeating myself, but I'm repeating myself for a reason. I kind of want to stay on here for a few minutes and, try to reach as many people as possible. Because I really do feel that this is really an important subject. And I really am going to be touching on so many things that will, I think, ultimately help us all as a society. I'm actually going to use a little moment to plug here. I'm going to do a really big Facebook Live about something really, really important. And I think it's going to be in the next couple of days. I haven't decided. It's either going to be this weekend or Monday evening. I'm actually leaning towards Monday evening. So watch my page, because there's going to be a big announcement about a project that I'm starting, and I want a lot of people to pay attention to that, because it's going to help out with a lot of different things in this world, I think. So, find your mission, people, and follow it, because that makes you happy. And when you get happy, we don't have time to be anxious. So I'm going to let you go now, because I haven't had my breakfast yet. I'm going to go do that right now. I haven't even had my cappuccino. So I got to get ready for my regular daily video about, food and stuff. So I'm going to go do that, and I'll come back. I'll be posting that video, later on around lunchtime. So stay tuned. But I really would like to know what you think about this. I know it's kind of crazy of me to do this right now, but especially it's such a start to my video career here. But I've seen a whole bunch of messages the past few days, and it was something that I just couldn't let go. So remember, actually I can is your motto today, and keep going. Just one foot in front of the other. Okay? Look up that song. Put it on your playlist. Talk to you later. Bye. If I know how to turn this off, I'll say goodbye again.